Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Cass and Joe. So glad that you guys are able to tune in with us. So we're going to record this. We're going to play. We're going to have this on later. So I'll just do a quick introduction. If David can bring everyone on the screen.
Hey, you guys went out. We cannot hear you guys. Cass, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
All right. All right. So my name is Cass. This is Joe. We're the founders of Port Royal. Also on the screen, you'll see Dave, who's the director of operations. So all thing ops. From he oversees the leads, the fleet, everything, and then anything that's related to people is Kenyana. Kenyana is our director of people operations, and together we do our best to support you all. So this is our first town hall we have had in a while. But we're going to make this a regular thing. So we're so glad that you guys tuned in today. All right, so we'll get started. So just a little bit of house rules. Right now, you can, if you have anything you have to say throughout, we'll go and run through some information. But you can hit chat and put in any messages that you want, any questions that you have, and then at the end we will answer any questions that you have. So you can keep that chat going. We'll have that going the entire time. The first thing I just wanted to mention is that we all have something that we share at Port Royal, and that is our vans. And when you're sharing with other people, especially other adults, you have certain expectations. And our expectations is that you just clean up after yourself, right? Don't leave trash in the van. Don't leave your clothing in the van. Your even your valuables. Don't leave those in the van. And don't leave your crumbs. Don't do sunflower seeds. Any of that stuff. Don't leave any of that in the van. Also, we did have a big problem with this before, but do not urinate in bottles and leave that in the van. Like, just that is an absolute, like, no. It's a hygiene concern. Um, you'll definitely will be speaking with HR if you're leaving pee bottles in the van. So please do not do that. Um, Also, the other thing that we share is phones, right? So we need to make sure that our phones stay charged, that they're used for work. So when you get your work phone, that work phone is not for playing music. It's not for um, doing anything else except for following your route. Your personal phone is what you should be using to play music or do anything else that you need to do throughout the day, talk on the phone, all that good stuff. And then also the PCs are for work phones. They're not for your personal phone to keep your personal phone charged. PCs are to keep your work phone charged. So if you're using your PC and you're using it for your personal phone and you are slowed down your route because your battery's dying on your work phone, you're going to have to wait because you have used the device that we've given you to keep your work phone charged on your personal phone. So definitely, bring a cord for your personal phone and use your personal phone for personal reasons and use the work phone only for work, for delivering. Also, we wanted to talk about we are a rescuing company. We That's just how we have been since day one. We rescue here, and I know some people do not. Unfortunately, those people when you choose not to rescue, your you lose money, right? So we cut the clock short. So let's say you come to work and you work your entire shift. Let's say you're done at like 5 o'clock. If you're done at 5 o'clock, you should be calling the lead phone and asking, who do I rescue next? There may be even times when there's a big struggle, you may have to rescue two people. It just depends on the day. You shouldn't have to rescue two people every day, but we do rescue here. That is a part of the job. And if you don't do the rescue, if you say, I'm not going to rescue at 5 o'clock, we stop the clock, you do not get paid up until that 10 o'clock time. And you get that EFB, we call it efficiency bonus money. You do not get access to that money. You do not get access to those funds unless you rescue when you're asked to rescue. So you sacrifice those funds when you don't rescue. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know. I don't know if you've heard of. Some people have heard of Assembly, but Assembly is a platform where you can share points with one another to buy things. Like we have people, some people like getting hotel rooms. That you can get Ravens tickets. You can get AirPod. What was it? Oh, Apple Watch. You have all these different things that you can use. You can exchange points for. You are given a certain amount of points every month to give to your coworkers, right? So we'll roll this out again so that for those of you that have not seen it, we'll send an invite to you. But join assembly is a great way to say thank you. If someone does come to rescue you, or if someone helps you pack your van in the morning, you can send them assembly points as a thank you. And then you can receive assembly points also from your coworkers and from leads and from even us. And you have some auto ones that you'll get for like your birthday and anniversary, automatically given some points. So we encourage you to use assembly. We pay for it every month so that you guys can have access to some type of reward system to reward one another and be rewarded. The other thing is, initiative you want to know about is we're having a DOT initiative. It begins today. So if you sign up to get your DOT, you automatically get a bump in pay. Your bump in pay once you receive your DOT and you start driving, you'll step up vans is $19.25. So that is above what most people are getting at 18.50. You get $19.25 for driving a step up van. And then for the month of May, we're having an initiative. If you start and finish your DOT in the month of May, then you get a $200 bonus payout. So if you're interested in doing your getting your DOT, reach Sling David, and he will make sure that you get your information. Again, he's David Wilkins, just in case there's another David. He's David Wilkins in Sling, but hit him up if you're interested in getting that $200 during the month of May for achieving your DOT, and get that 1925. How about questions? I already said that. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so I will pass it on to Joe.
Cool. All right. Hopefully, good night. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Appreciate you guys' time. So we won't keep you guys too long. So we'll go right into it. So, of course, the company is Port Royal, right? We've been around since 2019, and we was at DBA2 at Hanover. So we recently came over here to DMD 5 in the Dundalk area last October, November, like towards the end of, like right before peak. And in saying that, you want to make sure that it's good to understand like what this job is, right? So we know that if you're not getting paid, like payroll has God bless, we've never missed payroll, right? So the goal of this is that we found is mainly three things that you can accomplish here. Is one, that you will gain some form of independence in three ways, right? You will have, working here, you should be able to have reliable transportation. I know some people take public transportation, and definitely that is always you do what you got to do to get to work, right? But this job can set you up to have reliable transportation. If you do what you have to do, you save your budget, but you make enough money to get reliable transportation. That's one. Number two, you should be set up to get your own spot, right? If you live in your mom's basement, or you're rooming, or you're staying in your folks' house, at one point everybody had to do that, right? But you can set this up to have your own place. That's number two. Number three, you can start building up savings. If you budget correctly and do it right, there's no reason why, within 3 months, you're not saving up at least $50 a check, right? Just think about that. You get paid every 2 weeks. That's $100 a month. And, within 6 months, $600. If you discipline yourself, maybe you can do more, but there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to build up some form of savings, and have reliable transportation, and have your own place where you can have a security deposit, get your own place. So this is what this job is, can set you up for. Maybe down the road, we used to have like financial classes, but we'll start to implement some things that can be a value add to the team. But again, those three things: getting your own vehicle, having your own roof over your head, where nobody, you can come home, do what you got to do, especially after working so hard. This is a hard job, and build up some savings, right? And build up your PTO as well, so you can use vacations. So regarding Sling is where that's our platform that we use to check your schedule. It's a lot of people, right? So nobody's going to be responsible for your schedule. You got to know your schedule, and whether you lose days or you pick up days, nothing is real unless it's updated on Sling. So a lot of people sometimes are switching on schedules. Like, hey, I'll take your, you know, hey, take my schedule. You take my schedule. You know, we already posted like the policy on how to do that, right? So, you know, just to be clear on that, make sure that you make that group text, add Bree to it, and whoever, if it's your shift and you're switching it, you're you need to get it covered, right? So if I'm saying, hey, it's my shift, I want Cass to cover my shift, I'm making a Sling message with me, Cass, and Bree, and nothing is final until Bree approves it and it's updated on Sling, right? So just keep that in mind. So your responsibility is to watch Sling, that your response, and watch scheduling. If we need to communicate to the team and hit everybody on a news feed, just like in the morning when Samar, Mara, Sierra, or Shannon, or whoever's the lead in the morning, or closing at night, whether it's Al, Dwayne, Booth, whoever, Monte, who's closing at night, all that communication comes through Sling. Whoever's, the fleet, whether it's Cornell, whoever, you want to make sure that you watch fleet. That is the communication. That's the point. Gas cards, a lot of people are taking gas cards home. And I'll say this, I'll be honest with you, right? If you give me your keys and you tell me to hold it for the day and I give it back to you tomorrow, I didn't tell you, more than likely you're not going to give me your keys again. Why? Because I could tell you, oh, I made a mistake, my bad. At the end of the day, you took the keys home. You took the gas card home, and we need that for business. So mistake or no mistake, you cannot take no gas card home. You know what it looks like? It doesn't look like mistake. We don't, just to be honest with you, because we like to be completely honest. It looks like he's trying to steal gas. That's the honest truth. Oh, I forgot. Why you take the gas card home? It shouldn't even go in your pocket. You use it in the beginning of the day, you put it in the key bag, and then you that's it. That's it. Right? So nobody should be taking gas cards home. We track all this stuff in inventory. So if that keeps happening, we're going to pull you to the side, have a conversation. Nobody should be taking gas cards home. That's a big red flag. Also, when you load in the morning, you shouldn't be loading and then going back to your car. That's a big red flag. It looks like you're stealing. I'm not saying you are stealing. I'm saying the optics, perception. So just be mindful of that. Again, things happen. Yes, mistakes happen, but nobody's thinking it's a mistake, because we're going to check that gas pin you have. Dave, give out the pin. The pins, everybody has their own pin, so everything gets associated with you. So, just be mindful. That's what it looks like. So if you did it, no problem. Just don't do it again, because it's not a good look. All right. As I mentioned in the morning, when they're giving out the key bags, phone is in there, cord is in there, PC's in there. If you need something, something's missing, you talk to the lead, they get it to you. But the point is, you have it in the morning. At the end of the night, it's your responsibility, right? This is a lot of, again, this job is going to teach you how to manage yourself, right? You got to manage yourself. Simple things like, you get something, put it back and put it in the trailer and follow the process. Very simple. If nobody's saying nothing to you, then guess what? You're doing a good job. But if somebody has to keep talking to you about the job, then it's a problem. It's the communication's off, right? Biggest thing is communication, teamwork, respect. We embrace change because change is always happening because we're part of Amazon, right? So again, these vehicles that you're driving, you gotta be. Most people are not driving Sprinter vans. They're not. I don't see anybody. If I look in the lot, in your personal in the lot, nobody's driving a Sprinter van. Right? A lot of times, more than likely, I can probably, unless you had a job like this before, this is your first time driving a Sprinter van, a van like this, a cargo van. So the turns is a little bit more wider. When you brake, you got to brake. You can't just hurry up and brake. Even though the brakes are good, you got to be mindful of how you drive. We try to post things and let people know, hey, there's some speed areas that may catch you. We try to let you guys know. But at the end of the day, you cannot drive these vehicles like your own. For example, you go to stop sign, your own vehicle, you're probably going to roll through the stop sign. You're not really fully stopping. That's how you drive. But in these vans, you cannot do that because it will catch you. Everything is safety with Amazon. It's safety. That's the biggest thing. So when you start this job, also, I would tell people you got to know your body. A lot of times people see the money. Oh, it's good money, easy work. This is not easy work. It's good money, but it's not easy work. I tip my hat off to anybody that does this job because you have to be mentally ready for this job, right? You have to go into this knowing your body. Because some people start this job first day. Oh, I can't do this no more. Why go through all of that? Why go through interview, onboarding, drug tests, background check, orientation, Amazon training, ride along to start one day and quit? It's a waste of time. Why even go through all that? That's not the best use of your time. So you got to understand the job. You got to understand your body is going to take time to get acclimated with this. Just like if you get in the gym, you're not just going to start heavy lifting. You build yourself up to that, and then at some point your body becomes accustomed to that and comes used to it, and your shoulders don't hurt like that no more. But you got to know yourself. Don't just cave and quit when things happen. You don't want to build up that habit of quitting, because then it'll just transfer into anywhere else you go. So just keep that in mind. The last thing is you got to stay organized. We're trying to give you some tips, right? Because tips will help you move forward, make this money for you and your family so you can continue eating and creating vacations and creating memories and creating life. So this job, you got to stay organized, right? You got to be organized, right? So there's a lot of self-management. You only see people in a huddle, Amazon, then you go out and then you're out on your own. And you're expected to go out with packages, don't bring nothing back. That is the goal. If you're bringing stuff back, you're not delivering. So the game plan is you got to stay organized. Sometimes Amazon is rushing you, right? So you don't have at 20 minutes, you just tossing the bins in there. So you don't have time to organize. So I recommend, here's a recommendation for you. Your first stop, organize your van. You don't want to waste time looking for packages and not delivering. You don't want to waste time looking and then you're not delivering. You're wasting time because nobody's clocking you, right? You manage your own time. So the goal is 20 to 25 packages an hour, right? 20 is doable because people are doing it. stops. I said packages, stops. 20 to 25 packages, 20 to 25 stops an hour. So if you have 160 stops, that's 20 stops an hour. Let's say 20. 20 times 8 is 160. That means you can get this job done in 8 hours and still got 2 hours. You help somebody get done and you get paid for 10 hours. You don't really work 10 hours. So you got to know how to play this game correctly. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're not organized, you get frustrated and you're out there all day, never took a break, never took a bathroom break, never ate, drank water, and you still got packages and you're still bringing packages back and you got rescued 3 or 4 times, sharing your packages, but you're not sharing your money. Doesn't make sense. We got rescues built in to make sure the system runs, but you get paid. The design is for you to finish your route. That is the design. The design is if you do this, you will commit, I can finish my route. You don't come into this thinking, oh, I need a rescue. You're not sharing your check. So the tip I'm trying to say is the expectation is if something's not going right, reach out for help. We got D. She's heads up the trainers. Any of the leadership you could talk to, but D is the person you talk to for training. But like I said, talk to some people. There's some people that they've mastered this, right? So if you're struggling, reach out for help. There's nothing wrong with reaching out for help. You know what's wrong? If you know you're struggling, you don't say nothing, and then things come, and then it just becomes a ripple effect. Your score's down, your violations down, you're losing days, you're pissed off, and then now you got to look for another job and go through the whole process again. Doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time. So that's my tip for you. Hopefully it helps. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, we're trying to provide value. These are some tips that will help you guys move forward. But then Dave, he has some, he has his part. So I'll transfer it over to Dave. I appreciate you guys always.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Joe. So hey guys, it's Dave. If anyone has not met me, sure I've met everyone at this point, but if you have not met me, I am Dave. So we'll kind of run through a couple things. So first things first, our scorecard. Every week on Wednesday, our scorecard comes out. The objective or the goal every week is for us to be Fantastic Plus. Um, so what makes up Fantastic Plus, of course, is safety, number one. So that's not speeding, wearing your seatbelts, stopping at stop signs, not running red lights, etc. We harp on safety, number one. We want everyone to go to get back home, right? So the way you came to work, I want you to leave the same exact way. So that's number one. Of course, it's also a metric that we are graded by. Um, so when it comes to our scorecard, safety is the biggest factor of the scorecard itself. So we have to make sure, again, when you're out there or you're driving, that you're being mindful of this. Yes, does it take a little bit of extra time? Yes. Our car is flying around you. Um, yes, but again, safety is key. Another part of our scorecard is package dumping and group stopping. We're selecting all during group stops. So we are having uh, these meetings this week. We are having meetings this week on for anyone that is affecting our scorecard in a negative way. So we had one yesterday. We're having one tomorrow. We're having one Friday as well. If you're a part of that group, we sent messages out. Also, your sling should show 10 a.m. arrival time. So please make sure that you're on time and that you come to those. They are mandatory. But in general, there's kind of a quick synopsis of that meeting. Never package dump. Take a picture at every stop, even if the customer is standing there. The picture is your insurance policy, so make sure that a picture is taken at every stop. Also, if you have a group stop, never select all. Still take pictures of every individual package. Again, back to the insurance policy. That is the way that you show proof that you delivered. If a customer comes out to you, just say, "Hey, per company policy, I didn't take a picture," or however you need to say it. But a picture is always the best bet. Yes, there are some stops that do not prompt you to take a picture, or if it's a Amazon locker delivery, it's not a picture. That's okay. But if a picture is an option, it should always be a picture. Also, um, pay attention to the customer's notes. Of course, safety is always key. But if the customer wants it in their back porch, try your best to get it there, right? If it is a safety factor, the best advice that we have is to reach out to the customer. Call, one phone call, one text. Um, communicate to them, hey, I feel unsafe. Can I live at your front door? But just the metric showing that you did at least attempt to call the customer helps that whole metric. So again, Asia has been putting messages out about this. When it comes to quality, all in all, Asia is the point of contact. So if you have any questions about your quality, how you can improve, reach out to Asia. Downtown routes. Yes, it's a part of who we are. For anyone that's been with us when we were at DBA2, we were always in Columbia, Ellicott City. However, we are now in DMD5. So with that, downtown routes are a part of us being at this warehouse. So we do have a rotation. I know there's some misses every now and then. So we are working. I am working with the leads to get tighter on that. As far as everyone fairly sharing downtown. So if you've never been downtown, expect to be downtown at some point. Unfortunately, step van drivers, you will see downtown a little bit more than everybody else, simply because downtown is really routed for step vans. Yes, I know there's some concerns with the delivery areas as far as the size of the streets. However, the best way we can fight that is you have to, at the end of your route, when it asks that you experience any issues or whatever the question is, please say yes and voice your concerns there. Also, the building has the voice of the driver. When you walk inside, please make sure you're voicing your concerns there as well. But as everyone should know, Amazon is data driven. So if you have no data to back your claim, there's nothing to talk about, right? So make sure that you have pictures, make sure you have addresses, make sure you have stop numbers, everything that you possibly can to, help validate what you're saying. Next part, if anything happens on your route, whether you hit a car, whether you fall down a flight of steps, whether someone sideswipes the van and you're not in it, whether a customer steals a package from you or takes it out of your van, whatever the case may be, if anything happens on your route, you need to communicate with the lead immediately. Please do not wait to get back at the warehouse. Please do not say something the next day. You should stop immediately and contact the lead. Of course, safety is always key. So if you're in an unsafe situation, remove yourself from that situation, of course, get to a safe location. Either call the police if necessary, but then also make sure you're communicating with the lead. A lot of times we're finding out things after the fact, the next day, a week later. That should never be the case. We should always be contacting the lead. Make sure you are contacting the lead no matter what. So with our vans, the only vans that take diesel are the Mercedes Benz. Anything outside of the Mercedes Benz takes regular gas. Please do not mix them. Just so we're all on the same page. If you put regular gas inside of a Mercedes Benz, this is like $17,000 to $20,000. Anyone that knows me, I can show receipts. Right? This is not just something we're just making up. Literally, it costs between $17,000 and $20,000 to fix that issue. So please make sure you're putting the right gas in. If you are unsure, please reach out to a lead. Ask. Yes, you can ask your fellow coworkers. However, if you want to make sure you're getting the right information, reach out to the lead. When in doubt, reach out to the lead. Um, Check gas at the beginning of your route. As soon as you a part of your pre-trip should be checking your gas level. You can only gas up at the two gas stations around our warehouse. So please do not be in a situation where you need gas and you go out on your route, because you are going to have to drive back to the close to the warehouse to gas up. So please make sure you're checking your gas, and then of course getting a gas card from the lead if you need it, and the fueling up. Lastly, your pre-trips and post-trips. We are having many people that are bypassing the post trip. Please make sure that you are doing your pre and post trip. If there's an issue with your van, please communicate that to fleet. Do not mark it in the Flex app, because 9 times out of 10 we can address whatever the issue is on site. If something that we can address, we should be pulling that van, depending on if it's a safety issue, or if it's like a light is out in the cargo area in the back. So of course, something like a cargo light, that is not something that we would pull the van for in that moment, unless we have extra vans. But something like the wheel falling off, that should be an immediate escalation from our fleet team. But this all starts from you. Please make sure that you're doing that pre-trip to ensure the van is safe. And then, of course, when you get back at the end of the night, make sure you're doing the post-trip, to make sure that nothing happened when you were out on your route that maybe you did not see, or notice. So, like I said, it is equally as important, the pre-trip and the post-trip. That is all that I have. So I will pass it off to Kenyatta.
Hello, everyone. I am Kenyana. I am the Director of People Operations and HR. I wanted to share a few things with you all. The first is, if you are injured while you are at work, you need to be seen as soon as possible. So if you decline to be seen, we are going to have an injury waiver form that you'll have to fill out. If you happen to get injured and you are scheduled to work the next day, you need to let us know by 9 p.m. if you are not going to be in for that next day. As far as call outs are concerned, if you are a no call, no show, that is grounds for immediate automatic termination, as well as if you abandon your route. Um, you need to start making sure you're reporting to work on time, and we want to make sure that you understand you're essential personnel. So unless you are sick, you should not be calling out. When you call out, it impacts everyone. So let's try to limit that, and let's try to make sure that we're doing so in a manner where it's not last minute. As far as benefits are concerned, our open enrollment time period has passed, and we will not have open enrollment again until January of 2024, unless you are 30 days or less, um, employee for 30 days or less. Those that are in the those that do have medical coverage, your insurance cards are on the way. And the open enrollment for 401k, dental and vision, they don't close. You can enroll in those at any time. If you do want to enroll in one of those, you can let me know on Sling, and I'll get you to the right place to get that done. Let's see. Payroll. If you have payroll issues, you in Sling, you can contact payroll at payroll on Sling for any payroll issues that you're having. We also do $100 referral. We are currently in hiring right now. So if you want to get the $100 referral, it is given after 90 days of employment for your referent. They must let us know that you have referred them during their onboarding process. And other than that, re-emphasize reporting to work on time and making sure you call out in a timely manner if you have to call out, and making sure that you are not a no call, no show, because we do want you to still be here. And that is all that I have. So I'm going to send it back to Joko and Cass to see if they have anything before we open it up for questioning.
Unmute yourself, Cass.
Oh, you must have muted it. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired today. I do apologize, but I am here, and it is so good to be on a town hall with you guys again. All right, so we're just going to open it up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Any questions about anything that we shared, anything that we didn't bring up, anything that you want to hear about. I'll just tell you guys, we are in a new office. We're just down the hall. So if you come over, I won't tell you what suite you're in. You have to come over here and figure it out because we're on the board downstairs. So come on over, come see the new office if you are, if you get a chance to come over to the Hanover side. I'm typically here Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I would love to see you if you stop by. Otherwise, we'll try to see you at DMD 5. My God. All right. Any questions? You guys are easy group. This is the easiest one we've had yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all was beating up with us with questions yesterday. Y'all are easy. I just want some Steelers tickets, right?
Absolutely.
Somebody want Steelers tickets?
That's cute. We're not doing that.
Oh, cute. Can we get? Let me tell you about these dollies. These dollies are $200 a pop. We've probably spent in one quarter $5,000 on dollies. But is that no? I say 2 quarters. If we buy more dollies, I need anybody to come up with a plan to keep the dollies there. If you can send me, inbox me or Joe, I'm Cass, Cassandra, and Sling, Joko. If y'all can come up with a way where people would stop stealing and breaking the dollies and leaving in places, we will get more dollars. But at $200 a pop, we got to have a plan in place. We'll think about it. You guys think about it. But we would like to buy new dollies, the big ones that work, the $200 ones, but we need them to come back. We'll go down from 10 to 2 like this. So we need help. I'm not sure who Trig is, but Trig, if you can come up with an idea, please send it our way. What is EFB and how does it work? Oh, I wish you were on this one so you could share about this.
I can
Joe's an expert on EFB though. Joe, you gonna go on EFB?
Yeah, for sure. What you said, Dave?
I said I can send Q the link. He can join. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with EFB is basically it's what we use to cover the difference of your 10 hours. So for example, if you it's 10-hour shifts, 4 days a week, that's 40 hours, right? So you start, let's say you're good, you knock the route out in 7 hours. We owe you 3 hours. Let's say you rescue, and you're done in an hour. So really, you work 8 hours, and you're done. Clocked in and clocked out 8 hours. Those 2 hours, where do you get it from? That is EFB. So let's say in a week, you do it 4 days a week. 8 times 4 is 32. That means we owe you 8 hours. You clocked in, clocked out 32 hours. We owe you 8 hours. So, payroll would pay that difference up to 40 hours. Anything after, so if you, let's say you work anything after 40, you don't get no EFB after 40. So let's say you work 40 hours and let's say your 5th day you come in, which we're not doing 5 days, but sometimes we need people, and let's say you hit 40, and your 5th day you're already at 40. Everything is then overtime, and then we don't pay EFB after 40 worked hours, meaning clocked in hours, clocked in, clocked out. 40. Anything after 40, you don't get EFB. So EFB covers you from whatever you worked up to 40. So it's the difference to get you to 40.
That's good. And I just want to call one thing Joko said is like we owe you those hours. We do owe you those hours theoretically because we've agreed to them, but they are a blessing. When you're getting money and you did not work for it and you are sitting in your car and you're on your way home and you're getting paid for those 2 hours, do we owe you? You say that, but you're being blessed with 2 hours of work. We don't have to do that. Not every company does EFB. A lot of people think that we are not a smart company for doing EFB, but we want to reward people for putting in that work. So that's why we do EFB. What is the best way to feel heard? Sometimes when communicating the lead, sometimes to end there. Okay. So I will say this. There's a couple different things, right, about feeling heard. Kenyana put out a survey. Kenyana, can you tell them about the survey that you put out?
Absolutely. And you know what? That's the one thing we forgot to go over today.
Yes.
So I did
about that
survey. Probably half of you all participated in the survey. And most of it was kind of the same thing. People seem to be very happy working here. People seem to be supported and seem to feel like they're heard. Some of the comments that we got was things like pay, which, I think we've kind of gone over that. I think the dollies was on there, and just a few couple of other things. But I think what we're going to do with the survey, what do you think, Cass? Open it back up for a couple of days?
Yeah, let's repost the survey. That'll give you a chance to share what's on your mind. And now, so that's one side thing. To just in general, you want to share what's on your mind about how we operate, or you have ideas. Put that in there. We're going to read every single thing. We get in a room together. We'll read every single comment. So every single comment matters. But like I told you guys, if you were there when I came out there, we prioritize the comments that are said the most, and then we work our way down. So that just makes sense, is to get the most pressing issues first and work our way down. So the more of you that are saying what that issue is, and the more you know that it's repeated, the more we can touch on it. Yes, we did. The other way I would say, if you're heard, like if you're not being heard on your route, and Joe may want to speak to this too, if you're not being heard on your route and you're having an emergency, right? Or your phone's about to die and you're going to be out there, you're not going to be able to get back, you can call the lead phone. They don't pick up. Wait a couple minutes, give them a chance to call you back. If you still don't hear from them, then at Dave, at Kenyana in Sling, at Lee, at everybody you can in Sling that like at Fleet, whatever the problem is, at those people in Sling. And then people will get these pop-ups on our phones so that we know to get back to you. So if you're having an emergency and you were on a route and you cannot get in touch with Fleet and you cannot get in touch with the lead, at Dave, at Kenyana in Sling on the road communications, and they will make sure somebody gets back to you. But give them some time. Don't do it after 1 minute. Be like, oh, I've been waiting for 5 minutes. No, give them a little time, because everybody is calling the same lead phone. All right, everybody's calling the same Fleet phone. So just be mindful of that. So if I didn't answer that fully, whoever answered that question, if you could add more to the bottom, we can circle back. How does one lose EFB?
Not rescuing, refusing to rescue.
Thank you, Dave. That's Dave. You get a star. You get a gold star. Good job.
Very straightforward.
If you refuse to rescue, you lose EFB. All right. Can step-ups have dollies in their trucks, please? I brought this up before. We didn't do it for a reason, but we maybe can revisit this. There was a reason we did, and I think, I don't know, because they were down? I can't remember what the reason was why we didn't do it, but let's revisit that. So that will be the topic of conversation we get together next, is to talk about all the step-ups getting a dolly. If we do that, the dolly has to stay with the step-up like it did when we were at DBA 2. So if we get them, they have to stay with the step-up.
Raises.
Oh, you got that one.
Raises. I'll be surprised. It's a great question, but the way I would ask is, how long have you been here? You know, that's a legitimate question to that, because a lot of times people ask for raises and they haven't been here that long, which, you know, is a very funny question. Okay, this is how raises work. If you're doing the same thing and you just think you should get a raise based off of time, like, hey, I'm not doing nothing more than what I'm doing. Let's say I just started, and any job you work, I know there's a lot of people. It's a great question. I know a lot of people got questions like that. So it's a great question. So the first question I ask anybody to ask me that, how long you been here? That's the first question that I ask, because to ask to not invest time and you expect to get a raise, it leads me to believe, like, is this your first job? Not the person that asks, but that mindset, which is okay. So this is how it works. If you've been here working here and you're doing the same thing, there's opportunities. We already presented an opportunity. Cass spoke about the step up thing. Right there, you can go from 1850 to 1925. You've already created a raise for yourself by putting in the work. But some people don't want to do that. So right there, you could easily make 1925 right there, doing the DOT. That right there, you can make more money. So that's one answer. Second answer, you can be you can opt to do more than what you're doing now, right? So if you're doing the same thing, expecting more money, and you're not doing anything more, doesn't make sense. So you have to be able to contribute more, so you're adding more value, and then that conversation comes up. But a lot of times people think, I've been here this long and I'm doing the same thing. I don't want to do anything more than what I'm doing. I want to do the same exact thing I've been doing 6 months ago. I've been wanting to do the same exact thing I've been doing a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm not going to do anything more than what I'm doing now, but I want more money. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You're not willing to do anything more, but you want more. That doesn't make sense. So the answer, do your step up. We need step up drivers. That's easy money right there. You can get money. It's not easy money. You got to go through the process and connect with Dave, but you easily make more. And then add more value. See what you can do. Most people are individual contributors. Most people just want to manage themselves. They see a problem. They don't think they're the solution. When they see a problem, they don't think they're the solution. They either turn a blind eye to the problem, or they like, oh, you tell me the solution. You tell me the solution. You tell me the solution. Instead of you coming up with a solution. I guarantee you, if you come up with more solutions to a problem, you won't be asking questions about raises. It will be organic. The question, you will force the conversation because you are solution oriented instead of, hey, I'm not doing nothing more, but I should get more money. Business, if you think like that, you won't be in business. You will go underwater and you will drown like a dead fish under the sea.
So Joe, thank you for touching on that. Especially the step van, like that is a great way to get a bonus this month. Again, if you missed that part, if you sign up to be a step van driver during the month of May, like starting today, and you do your DOT before the end of May, you get $200 bonus, and then your pay goes up to $19.25. So if you're not already getting that $19.25, then that is an opportunity to make more money.
You know, can I say something? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you here's a path, right? Here's a path. I will give you, this is a path for you guys. If you only, I haven't seen too many people really take heed to this. The only Charles Jackson is one. There's some other people that's working internally right now. You can come in right now. Start driving. Get your step up. We pay for your DOT, right? The company pays for your DOT. Now you can set yourself up to start driving CDL. We have a CDL process you want to go through. You got to invest time, of course. You can't just come in and we don't know you. You've been here 1 month and you want to go through this. No, you got to put in the work. But you can do step up. Now you got your DOT. You need your DOT to get a CDL Class A.
Class A right now, for Class A drivers right now, they get paid $24 an hour, $24 an hour. And they get paid every week like clockwork. So the amount of money you're making in 2 weeks, they probably make it 1 week. So you can easily do that. And we have a system in place where we can share the investment, and then you work it off. And then at the end of it, you don't owe no money and you got your Class A and you can start making more money. And then there's more opportunity outside of that. So the mindset should be is what can I, if I'm here, how do I milk this for my family? That's what you should be thinking. That's what you should be thinking. Like, why am I working here? If I'm just working here just to be working here, then that's cool. That's the platform. But I'm telling you, we have set this up where you can milk this. If you know how to milk it correctly, there's people that come here and they pay for their wedding. They pay for their first car. They pay to move. They pay to get security deposit. We know somebody just right here that work with us right now that just took a trip overseas right now. Build up their PTO, got a passport. Everybody should have a passport and travel. So you can milk this. I recommend you pick David's brain. You pick Q, payroll, pick his brain. Pick those two people brain, David and Q. Also, D has been here for a minute. You can pick her brain, and you can pick Asia's brain. Those four people, Dave, Q, Asia, D. Pick their brain and milk this platform that we have for you to milk. But you got to milk it properly. If not, then it won't work for you. Be frustrated, and you'll just go around in circles like a hamster. So that's some nuggets for you.
Thank you. All right. We have a blast for the past. I just have to give an acknowledgement to Stephanie Wolf. Shout out to Stephanie.
She's here?
Yeah. She's tuning in. Look.
Oh, snap. Oh.
Hey.
OG, classic.
Hey, OG. Yes.
What the hell?
Who's picking on Leon?
Nobody. Continue.
Okay.
When I was driving, safety first.
Yeah, safety first. I don't know who Snap is, but yes.
Snap is
Who's that?
Samar.
Oh, Samar the sunshine.
Even
Samar will
good.
bring the sunshine. Yes. Oh, Miss D. Once you have a system to keep up with the dolly, have a person responsible for pay. Yes. So yeah, once we get a system together, if you are losing the dollies, yeah, we can figure out how we can, hurt, it can hurt your pockets. So once you figure something out, we'll do it fair. Group issues do not equate to individual issues. So I'm still a little bit lost on that. Group issues do not equate. If you're having group issues, if it's an HR thing, like if people are, not nice or something, I don't know what that means. Group issues. Reach out to Kenyana. Like if you're having an issue with an individual, whether the leader or someone on the team, and you need support, or you just need someone to vent to, please reach out to Kenyana. So I'm not sure what that means. So I'm just gonna say reach out to HR and get some support on that. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Dave, you went away.
Well, one second.
He's in the dark.
Okay.
They may be. They may explain at the end.
There's new comments.
We forgot to mention that
Oh
there's
yes, please.
a company event. It's coming up. We'll let you guys know when, but we are planning a company event so we can all connect with each other outside of the workspace.
Yes. We're gonna have a nice outing. We have a good time. Y'all know we like to spend cash on our team when we can. On top of my game. All right. Oh my God, you okay? All right. So any other questions? It's getting late. We'll give it 3 more minutes to post your questions. Thank you guys that are on tonight. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. If I missed your question, can you just repost it? I'm trying to scroll through to make sure I caught everything. But if I missed your question, if you can repost it, that'd be great. Again, this will be recorded if you missed any parts of this. I feel like, did we forget anything else?
Did somebody?
Oh, the referral bonus. Did we talk about that already? If you refer someone, you get $100. You did? I'm so sorry. I must have been fixing my computer. We switched it up. Anything else? Anything else?
I just want to be clear. My lights do work. I have it hooked up to my laptop and it died. So I just want to make sure before I start making jokes.
I thought maybe we needed to prioritize.
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
It's the whole process.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Dave. I never get to go to Elizabeth. Aw. Well, Madison, I never get to go to this. I work. Oh, we make sure we put out extra people. So you never have to miss an event because you work that day. So who has a grill? If you barbecue, hit me up, Cassandra and Sling. I want to do a July 4th thing for the team. So if you can grill, please hit me up so that we can plan a July 4th thing. We want to do something before that, but I would really love. Oh, shots fired.
Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. I am coming to the warehouse tomorrow.
Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne. Okay.
You know Dwayne is?
Yeah, I know Dwayne.
Okay. I'm just no, it's a lot of people.
Yes. Anyway, yes, Dwayne, please, let's get together. Let's talk about what we can put on that grill. I forgot what I was saying. I'm done. My brain is done. But
how often are we going to do this?
Oh yeah, we're either going to be doing this every other month or quarterly. So we will get some. If you guys have any feedback on us when you see us, say, hey, quarterly was good, or I would like to see it every other month. Let us know. We used to do it every month, and I think people thought that was a bit too much. So we can do this every other month, or once a quarter. Just depends on what you guys want. All right. I think that's it. It's 10 o'clock. We appreciate you guys being on.
Big dog. Got it.
Oh my God. Who's calling out? We're not doing no call outs.
That is Aisha.
Oh, Aisha, you're not calling out. You ain't doing no call outs. Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. We appreciate y'all.
Good night.
Y'all the best team. All right. Have a good night.